Hey guys, Eric with the Miller Park Minute where we're throwing strikes and getting some likes. Today I had the opportunity to sit down with Mauricio Dubon. We did a brief interview. By brief, I mean 30 minutes. So grab some popcorn, some drinks. This might be a little bit longer video. But we got some really good perspective on what he thinks about where he's been and kind of some opportunities. I threw in some fan questions that you guys had asked. Some really good stuff. Really nice young player. I hope to have the opportunity to interview him again. So without further ado, here's the interview. I don't want to take up too much of your time. If you don't watch it all in one take, that's fine. Come back and watch it again. I might do some bite-sized chunks. I might slice it up so it's easier to watch in different parts. But here is the full interview in all its glory. Thank you again. Like, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you get notifications. I'm going to be doing some more of these things. I got one coming up here in the next few weeks, so please check back. Thanks again for watching, guys.
There we go. Got the Brewers gear on.
Yeah, I just got back from the field.
Okay. So you already are down there with everybody, huh?
The what?
You're already down there.
Yeah, no, I've been here since January 15th.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You left right out basically from coming here to going there. You didn't get stuck here with that weather, did you?
No, we flew in before it happened, so that was a good one.
Oh, you got lucky then. That's cool.
Yeah, no,
well, I appreciate you doing this with me. I really do. Thank you for coming on the show and taking some time out of your day to talk to me.
No, it's all.
So is there a lot of the minor league guys there right now, or is it a little bit of everybody?
Yeah, there's a good group right now. I mean, you got rehabbers, you got a couple minor league guys, you got a couple of the big leaguers and everything, but it's a mix right now.
Okay. All right. So, all right, I'm gonna, obviously you got injured last year. I'm gonna kind of just go right into this. So you got injured last year, right? And it was very apparent that there was a need for someone of your position and skill level. Were you disappointed that you got injured last year?
It was disappointing. It was frustrating too at the time because I know that they needed somebody like me and everything, and I was doing so good and everything, and then injuries happen as part of the game. It was just a little frustrating.
Oh, I'm sure there's a lot of frustration. What was the toughest part of trying to rehab?
What's funny? It's just, for me, it was watching the Brewers games. Like, knowing that I could be there, help the team win and everything, and then just not be able to be there because my injury and everything. First couple of months were tough watching Brewers games because I know I could have helped the team win and everything, and it was just that, just mentally more than anything else.
Oh, sure. Getting over that, like, I should be there kind of.
Yeah.
Right. Did you grow up watching baseball? Were you a big baseball fan? Obviously, you're a player and you're skilled at it, but were you a big baseball fan growing up?
Yeah. No, I grew up watching baseball back home in Honduras, but the only thing, it was the Braves, the Yankees, or like, I don't know, Boston. Boston was a big one over there back home.
Okay. So you grew up in Honduras?
Yes. Fully grown, born and raised over there.
And then when you finally got here, where did you end up?
I went to Sacramento. A Mission Street group came down to Honduras and watched me play and everything, and then just pretty much they just kind of like took me in and helped me out with my education and everything. I was good enough at baseball, ended up getting drafted.
So it just kind of all worked out. And then you got traded to us. You were originally drafted by Boston, if I'm correct, right?
Yes, 26th round by Boston, 2013.
And, I'm sure as a minor leaguer, you don't have a lot of say in where your career goes, right? I mean, you're not like, well, I'm going to stay with Boston. You don't know if you're going to get traded.
Oh, no. You don't know. You have no idea how the cards is going to play. I mean, you're pretty much on the edge every time. But you kind of have a sense of awareness, like where the team is gonna need, what you need, what the team needs, and everything. So, I mean, you kind of have an idea, but at the same time, you're kind of like, oh, like you never know what's gonna happen.
Oh yeah. I mean, and you move up and down and through the organization. I think a lot of the talk right now is because of the Kyler Murray. Is that the guy that went from minor league baseball to football? Kyler Murray, I think is his name. He, he could go to the easy road where he's going to baseball, or he goes directly from practice squad to the NFL. And there were a lot of talk about how Major League Baseball, there's the steps of the organization. You got to start at AAA, then you got to go to AA, and then you got to be on the road a lot. I mean, has that been tough on you being a young player?
It's like you say, it's part of the process. Everybody goes through this. I think it helps you out as a player and as a person. All this quote unquote grind, they say, but it helps you out. It prepares you. So when your time comes, you're not like it's a lot more sweeter when you make it too, because you put effort, you put a lot of sacrifice and everything, and then when it comes, it's 1,000 times better when you make it.
Sure. Now, and for you, you're sitting on the cusp. I mean, that injury. I hate to bring up a nagging thing, but that injury, you're on that cusp of the call up. You know what I mean? Would you have been a September call up? I think so. I mean, I think your numbers and the way you've played is good enough to have brought you up, and you probably would have been up a good portion.
Yeah, like I can control stuff like that. Like people say, yeah, I should have got called up and everything, but that stuff I can control. I mean, at the end of the day, it's their decision. Like I just play and try to
be your best. You're trying to be your best player.
Make their job easier, like make a decision or something. But like that's something I can control.
Right. Now, is it fun for you because now you're at that level where you're a AAA player and you're getting to go to the I know you've been to Fantastic in the past, but like where people are starting to get more excited about you? Do you see that like this last weekend on deck? Do you see a lot more excitement when people recognize you and see you?
Oh, it was fun. Like it was just crazy how people knew me and how people knew about my injury and everything, and like the type of stuff I did. Like, oh, I can't wait to see you at second base. Oh, I can't wait when to come. Like it was pretty cool. Like it was pretty cool and motivate you to keep working hard and not have another injury like this again. I mean, it was a blessing and humbling, like too, at the same time.
Yeah. Now, would you move to Milwaukee at any point during your career, or I mean, if you end up playing here for the full season, are you going to think about moving here long term?
I mean, that's something decided. I mean, of course, if I played the full season, yeah, I have to move there and everything. I mean, I like Milwaukee. When I went over there, people were saying, "Oh, don't be discouraged about the cold and everything." But like, it was cold, but it was nice. I mean, I got to go to the Bucks game and everything. Like, it was nice. I like the whole setup and everything. Like the history.
It's a fun city. It definitely is.
I like that. I like Milwaukee a lot.
That's cool. Now, as a minor leaguer, you've played three different positions, right? Shortstop, center field, and second base.
Yeah.
Do you have a preference?
Not really. I mean, outfielder is fun because it's fun. But fly balls are always fun when you're a little league and everything. So, but no, I mean, I don't have a preference. Pretty much. Okay. I mean, whatever takes me to the field. Like
whatever's the quickest route at this point.
Whatever gets me up there, and I know at any three positions I can help the team. So it's just a matter of wherever they need me the most. I mean, if you want me to play second.
That makes sense. I had a conversation and I talked with Tim Dillard, and I'm sure you're well aware of the antics of Tim Dillard.
Yeah.
Kind of being a character in the clubhouse and everything he's done with his social media accounts. Missing a guy like Dillard in the minors, he was kind of that veteran guy that had always been there. Do you think that's going to change things this year?
Yes. I kept telling people like, yeah, actually, when the first time I got called up to AAA, he was my locker mate, so he was like right next to me. And like he's fun and everything, but he knows so much about baseball and about all the experience and everything. I mean, I was just trying to listen to him and everything, but he's an unreal clubhouse guy. Keeps everybody loose. I mean, he's gonna be missed a lot in the organization and everything, especially at the AAA level. I mean, he's a game changer.
Do you have a lot of guys that you on and off the field? I mean, yeah, I know you're kind of a family in a sense on the field, and you spend a lot of time together throughout the summer. But do you have a lot of the guys that do you talk to guys on a regular basis? You shoot texts back and forth?
I mean, we talk a lot with a lot of guys, with Freddie, with Orf, Nottingham. I mean, the guys who were my teammates last year. I had a lot of guys that reach out to me when I got hurt. I mean, everybody. I mean, Council sent me a text. Murph sent me a text. I mean, everybody was aware of what's going on and everything. But I mean, a lot of my teammates, most of all. I mean, I still talk to some of the guys with the Red Sox and everything. So it's still like you make that friendship that it's pretty tight.
It's a bond, kind of. You kind of have that bond with those guys. And I'm sure, watching guys, watching Freddie come up and have 13 strikeouts in his first outing, you're probably sitting on your seat at home watching.
No, it's funny because I wasn't surprised when he did that because he did that with the minor leagues. He did it at a bigger stage.
Yeah.
But he was my roommate when the road trips and everything. We used to share a room and everything. And we always talk about like the first debut, like our debut, how it's gonna be. And he's, I remember he said like, oh, I just wish I could go past 5 innings and everything. And I'm like, just not to just crap the bed or anything, but ended up going 7 perfect or so. They did a pretty good job.
Yeah, that's amazing itself as a pitcher. I mean, I think your first game, you're gonna be looking for that hits. Get that first hit under your belt, and
yeah, like that's the toughest one. Get out of the way, get the first hit out of the way. I mean, that'll be the toughest one for sure.
Now, as you go through, obviously you have another person, and I'm not going to leave him out of the conversation here, but Keston Hura is also kind of similar position, fight for the same spot you are. Do you guys have any kind of friendship, rivalry?
Oh no, it's all friendship. I mean, it's all friendship. He's a good guy. He was my host brother's teammate in UC Irvine, so I kind of know Keston before he got drafted and everything. But no, he's one of the best hitters I've seen, pretty much. Yeah. And I mean, he's good. He's a good player. It's gonna be fun. Spring training is gonna be real fun.
Well, you guys I think you get to get together with everybody, and kind of just be together as a team. And do you see, like, is there less acceptance of you guys as being minor league players, or is it all we're just one big happy family at spring training?
Oh no, that's the thing I like about being here in the Brewers. Like it's everybody treats you so good. Everybody. No matter your star, no matter your minor leaguer, everybody's the same. They treat you good. They welcome you and everything. It's pretty nice.
Now going up through the minors, you've had some really good numbers and some really good moments. I mean, you're top prospect. Was there a point when, I mean, I think going in, you probably know that you're going to end up playing some type of professional level ball, but did you know that you had the talent at any given point, or were you just playing hoping to get a shot? Is that kind of your mentality on it?
I knew since I told my brother since I was 7 years old. I remember we were playing wiffle ball in backyards in Honduras, and I remember telling my brother, hey, I'm going to play in the big leagues. I know I'm good. 7 years old, I know I'm good. And I always had success coming up through Little League, high school. I got the pro ball. I mean, it's not going to change. It's like you're always good in Little League. You're always good in middle school. You're always good in high school. You're always good in pro ball and low A classic. it's not gonna change when you look at the big leagues. It's just matter of just different states. That's all. But I always had that confidence in me. Like I knew it was good. I knew I had the talent to get there. It's just a matter of perfecting my craft.
Well, and I think you've kind of accomplished that at each level. I mean, your numbers speak to it, and your kind of your status. And do you buy into that when you see someone saying you're ranked as one of the top prospects in Major League Baseball right now? Does that give you the drive and the fire, or does that kind of like just reassure what you already know?
Like I don't try to get comfortable in a sense. Like I don't pay attention to that, like the top 100 prospects or the top 30 prospects. I mean, at the end of the day, baseball doesn't care if you're prospect number 1 or prospect number 30. At the end of the day, it's who performs at that field and everything. I mean, it's just like every time there's always room for improvement. You get better, you get worse. So every day I try to get better, no matter how I did the day before. What's gonna happen right now.
And at the end of the day, it's all getting to the show. I mean, I don't mean to knock on prospects at all, but prospects at the end of the day are prospects. They're not playing on the major league squad. You know what I mean? I think that's your mentality as a player. Just listening to you talk. What I do here matters, but at the end of the day, where do I want to be? I want to be on that team. I want to wear that Milwaukee Brewers uniform.
Yeah, you don't wanna wear a San Antonio Missions or a Deluxe shirt for the rest of your life. I mean, the goal is to get there, to get to Milwaukee and everything. And it's just like I say, baseball doesn't care if you're a prospect number 1 or a prospect number 30 or a 38 round or a first rounder. It's equal. When you get between those lines, it's equal.
And, speaking of being equals, I mean, do you find that that's the general, amongst your teammates, amongst the rest of the guys, you mentioned a couple names throughout here Friday. And I mean, is that just the general mentality? We don't want to play on Biloxi, or we don't want to play on the Missions. We enjoy our time here, but at the end of the day, Milwaukee.
Everybody had the same mentality. I mean, everybody wants to. I mean, obviously, I had a great time in Biloxi. I had a great time in Colorado. But at the end of the day, you want to be in Milwaukee. Like, you want to help a team win a championship. And Milwaukee being that close to winning a championship, you want to be there so when it happens, so you can say, like, okay, I contributed to this.
Right. You look at, your friends at this point got on the roster for the playoffs. And
yeah, and they contribute. Like, it was crazy. Like, they contribute.
I wish Freddie would have got a start. I mean, I'm sure as a fan, too, you're probably like, God, I just wish and hope at the same time that you could see something good out of one of your friends or one of your players.
Yeah, no, like when Orf hit the home run in his debut July 4th, like it was crazy. Like I was so happy for him because he helped me out as a baseball player and everything. And I mean, I was really happy for him when that happened.
Group text goes out, I'm sure, or something of that nature.
Yes, like can't believe he just did that. Like unreal. Like he's good. Like it was crazy. It was crazy.
Now you have friends with obviously the guys you've played with. Is there any guys, kind of the veteran guys or the Christian Yelich, that kind of thing? Is there any guys in the organization that really put themselves out there for a guy like yourself to learn from or give you any kind of experiences like that?
I mean, when I remember my first spring training, or when I used to come, when I was not in the 40-man, come and play the games and everything. And then last year too, like I remember VR, when I was in VR, he was helping me out stealing bases. With Aguilar about hitting. I mean, right now Grandal is helping me out in a couple of stuff, hitting too and everything. I mean, pretty much everybody. If you go ask anybody in the clubhouse, they'll come out and help you out. That's the great thing about it. I mean, Bronny, Yelly, all those guys, I mean, are great teammates. That's the beauty of it. Like, they're great teammates and they'll help you out. I remember last year in spring training against the Giants, it was not a good game defensively for me. I mean, I made an error, then I boot up a ball. Then the sun, I got a ball in the sun and everything. And I mean, first time I want to make an impression, and I was a little disappointed and everything. Brownie kind of saw me down for a little bit, and he was like, "Hey, don't worry about it. We know who you are. You play good. Like it's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't overthink about it." I mean, hearing that from a guy like him, it felt good. Like knowing, like okay, they know what it can do and everything. Like one little game is not gonna affect who I am and everything. So I mean, those guys are good guys and good teammates.
Well, and I think for you, it's even seeing what Ryan Braun is now doing to try and get better. You know, you look at Ryan Braun and you say, well, gosh, he's been around the game. He was an MVP and, rookie of the year and everything like that. Now seeing him like look at Christian Yelich and be like, hey, maybe I need to train different, hit different kind of thing and reshape my game at a late age, you know?
They've been successful. I mean, they've been successful, Bronny. I mean, those guys work hard. Those guys know their craft. It just kind of like ask questions to them about what they think about this, what they think about that. I mean, it's just the more you're around them, the more they'll explain you stuff.
Now, you talk about working on things, and what is the most comfortable part of your game, or what are you the most happy with at this point in time? Do you have like your swing that you really like, or your fielding? What do you feel most comfortable with at this?
I like hitting. I like hitting. I mean,
you do well at it.
I do my homework so well that I enjoy now what I do. Like try to find tendencies, try to find pitch counts, try to find where he's gonna throw this, trying to find that. I feel I got better at it, and mentally wise too, I got pretty good at it. And I mean, obviously, I got that as a young age coming up in the system, and I think that's one of the reasons I had success and everything because I did my homework really well.
Do you like watch tapes or anything like that? I mean, I've never played ball on a serious level, but do you watch film? Do you study what a guy does?
Every day before games or the day before, I watch who's gonna throw, what his tendencies are. Every day I go to watch film before the game. Probably even watch at bats before that game. Like, okay, what they're trying to do to me, or I'm doing this, I'm doing that. So just trying to, always making adjustments.
Fair enough. Now we've got a quite a bit of time before the season actually starts. I mean, are you at a point where you have potential to earn a job, or do you have is it an invite, or how do they consider that for you right now?
Oh, right now, because I'm part of the 40 man, so right now it's just me going there and see what I can do right now. I mean, especially me coming from the injury and everything. They want to see if I'm like fully go like I used to do and everything. So it's just a full strength training for me, normal. I get clear next week, so I'm gonna be since day one starting spring training. So it's just a matter of see how my knee is pretty much for me.
Sure. Now, have you been? I mean, would you say you worked out harder than normal this off season? The same? Did you try and give yourself a little extra boost because you did go through that injury and you wanted to come back stronger, or?
No, I mean, like it's just this is the year I work hard the most because my injury and everything. It's just you don't want to go through that again and just try to tweak the little stuff, the aches over here, the aches over there. Just try to get your body right for that, so you don't go through that again.
Right. Strengthen the injured area as best you can. Now, with the games coming up and everything like that coming up, you're pretty much busy schedule until like now is your busy time, right? I mean, you don't have really much of a downtime, I'm guessing, at this point.
No, right now it's busy. Like since I got here, it's been busy. Try to work on my body, try to get better, try to get stronger. Like I said, not through injury, and just try to, just the downtime I have is just try to relax, try to enjoy my off time. But it's just hard work every day, pretty much. Just trying to, like I said, not trying to get through an injury like this.
Yeah. Well, and you probably get, I would assume at a certain point, it gets to be the routine and the everyday, and you just, kind of the job portion of it that it is, right?
It's get to a routine and everything. I mean, right now it's a little repetitive and everything, but when we start playing games, it's a lot funner. It's a lot funner because we playing baseball, so
then it's less job-like and more fun.
It's fun. Yeah, it's fun.
Now, are they still working on the field, or is that all done now? And
they're still doing a couple stuff, just like little like minor stuff, like details about this, details about that. But it looks unreal. Like that play looks unreal.
Now, is it better I mean, obviously they want to make a better fan experience, but is it better training equipment, facilities overall?
Yeah, no, everything is better. It's better for the fans. It's better for the players. Like, it's unreal that the work those guys put over there. I mean, it's like day and night difference from the old complex to the new complex.
Yeah. What's your favorite part of going in right now? What do you enjoy the most? What's the biggest part of your day that's, I really enjoy doing the cardio or getting time to lift weights with so and so, What are you enjoying right now the most?
That I get to play baseball again. Some people take that for granted. But the simple stuff now, like be able to take ground balls, be able to hit, be able to run normally now. I mean, that's something like every day I look forward for it now. It was taken away for 9 months. Now I have it back. So yeah, I won't take that thing for granted again.
It's like a part of you, right?
Yeah.
It's a big part of you. Now, you mentioned growing up a fan, even at a young age in Honduras. Who was somebody you watched and idolized? Being a young boy.
Because the only guys we were able to watch, it was the Braves, the Red Sox, or the Yankees. I mean, I grew up watching Jeter play a lot. Mm-hmm. I like how he handles himself in the field. Like, he always good mannerisms, like true professional. I mean, he was an unreal player. And also Chipper Jones. That was my brother's favorite player too. So I mean, watching those two guys was pretty special. And I mean, obviously try to play like Jeter and everything, but nobody can do that. So it's just like watching those two guys. I grew up watching them. So it's.
Now, have you gotten to meet anybody that you watched as a kid since you've started to play professional ball? I mean,
it's crazy, like everybody. I mean, I remember watching Braun in 2011. I was in high school still. I was fresh out of Honduras, watching Braun in 2011. I mean, doing unreal stuff and everything. And then next thing I know, I'm having us in the locker room, same with him. I mean, a bunch of guys that used to be like, oh wow, like that guy is good, and now I'm like, hey, what's up, so and so, like, how you doing? Like, talking to them and
now you got them on your cell, and you can shoot them a text if you want to.
That's the craziest thing.
Now, do you have a favorite moment from your career to this point? Is there something that you think is like one of your best moments and something you're the most proud of right now?
I think the double in the Futures game so far, because I was the first one playing there for my country, and I had my family there. And watching the video from their perspective, from how they were filming it, it's like the emotion. My mom was crying, my brother was crying, so it was crazy. And probably just that one. Like, that one has been the touchy one for me. Like I was floating when that was happening. Like, I didn't know what was going on, and just that whole experience was neat for me and my family.
Makes it tear up a little bit, I'm sure, to probably watch it.
Yeah, every time just remembering that, like, it was unreal, like the whole experience.
Well, and I'm sure once you get to your major league debut and family comes and everything like that, I'm sure that's going to be your next best moment.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, I've been looking forward for that for a long time now. So hope this year happens. So we'll see how it goes.
We're putting it on the calendar for 2019, Mauricio. We're putting it on the calendar. It's happening.
Yeah,
we're
so
gonna see you here in Milwaukee.
we'll see how it goes.
But you're humble about it. I love that. I really do. I mean, that's great. God, I really just want to say I appreciate your time. I mean, this is nice to be able to talk to you.
Thank
I appreciate
you
taking out the time. You actually, I don't know if you remember, but I selfied with you, and then
I remember. I remember. Trust me.
All right, cool. I figured you did because you're like, yeah, I'll do it, man. That's cool. Yeah. And I always appreciate when somebody, will take the time for this because, there's a lot of social media out there. There's a lot of media out there, but they're not all fans. You know what I mean? Like, I think a conversation with a guy like myself is probably easier because I'm just a fan asking questions. I'm not.
Yeah. I mean, it's just me talking to somebody else. It's not like you ask, I respond. Like, if some guys don't like it, I mean, it's random. It's just it is what it is. Like that's how life works.
Well, and I think now in today's day and age in baseball, I mean, if you're more receptive to fans or you like fans' tweets or Instagram posts, I feel like that brings you closer. I mean, I mean, like,
it's cool to think that I'm gonna think about it. We entertain people for a living, and we play a game. Like, it's fun and everything, and you don't have to be a idiot about it. I mean, you just gotta have fun with people and everything. It's just be nice. It's not hard to be nice.
Well, and it's something that's different than it's ever been before because prior to us having an iPhone in our pocket, I would never think to be able to even talk to you. I mean, outside of a game, maybe getting your autograph, that's the 2 minutes I get with you.
I was caught this with me since early age. I mean, I was reading a book that once said, it's nice to be important, but it's also important to be nice. So, I mean, so I always try to be nice to people and everything.
That's great, man. All right, I'm not going to hold it too long. I appreciate every minute you've given me so far.
Thank you for watching the Miller Park Minute. Thank you.